Proud of, and this proclamation recognizes the Brigantine Rams football teams have shown incredible spirit, teamwork, and determination as they have progressed through the 2016 season to earn a spot in the playoffs. And whereas each team has proven themselves, despite often being outnumbered, including the Pee Wee team that won their first 3 games to achieve the best record in their division. And whereas the Brigantine Rams cheerleading squads have enthusiastically encouraged and supported the football teams throughout the entire season, and whereas the volunteers have worked hard coaching and fundraising in order to provide a safe and fun environment for the children, as well as being there to support them through every game, win or lose. And whereas the Brigantine Rams Association has proudly represented the city of Brigantine and has proven that it's not the quantity of people that make up a team, but the quality. Now, therefore, I, on behalf of the entire Brigantine City Council and the people of Brigantine, do hereby commend and recognize the 2016 Brigantine Rams football teams and cheerleading squads and your association. And I'd like to present this to Jill Cott, who is the president of the association. And in presenting this to Jill, I want to recognize Ms. Cott's generosity and commitment to this program that all of you are very much aware of how much she gives to the program and how much each of the volunteer coaches and the parents who provide an opportunity for young people to participate in a team sport, and also the young people who have dedicated themselves. I'm not sure if Mike Morgan is here, but the coaches who have been involved over the years, and there are so many of them at every level who have given so much back to this organization. It is, without a doubt, for many of you, your first exposure to team sports, so you've learned so much about yourself, about working together as a member of a team, what it takes to be a good teammate, and what it takes to be successful. And that carries over into school and it carries over into life. So this is a very, very important program, and one that all of us are very proud that we have the quality of program that we have in Brigantine. So once again, I want to thank the parents, the volunteers, and all of you for your commitment to providing our young people with something very positive to do and giving them an experience that they will remember for the rest of their lives. So congratulations to all of you. And to you as well. That you probably want to get all the players and cheerleaders and everybody up here for a picture. So what we are going to do is we're going to take a 5-minute recess, or a 10-minute recess in this case, and ask all the players and coaches and cheerleaders to come up for a picture right before our dais and the city seal. And once again, we're so very proud of everything that you've accomplished this year. Great job. So Jill, if you want to bring them up. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, at this time, it is my honor to introduce the Executive Director of the Atlantic County Improvement Authority, John Lamy, who is going to give us an update on the Brigantine Golf Links. John?
Thank you. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the city council for the support and the confidence that you've shown in the Improvement Authority. And I just want to talk a little bit about where we stand to date. The good news is net income for the golf course for the operating revenues is about $27,000 ahead of where we projected we would be this time of the year. That's pretty significant considering that, you know, the downturn in the economy, the unusual amount of rain that we had in June, the record-setting heat wave that we experienced in August, and the late opening of the restaurant all had negative impacts on the revenues of the golf course. When we created the budget for this year, obviously it was our first year in there, so we based our budget on the actual operating budget from last year. So our expense numbers were based on the expenses of last year. And I'm happy to say that we have been able to cut expenses year to date by almost by over $100,000. And that's really a tribute to our golf course manager, who is John Hammer, who is supposed to be here with me.
He's right behind you.
Oh, there you go. To John Hammer and to Steve Craig. I think it's also important to note that John is a PGA professional. He is certified in golf course operations, which is a PGA certification. He has over 23 years of experience managing golf courses, both public and private, military and municipal and private courses. And Steve Craig, who is our superintendent, head superintendent, has 14 years of experience. He has a degree, associate's degree from Penn State Turf Management, and he is, of course, certified as a golf course superintendent. So, you know, one of the things that you're getting with the Improvement Authority is you are getting the experience of professionals who have been involved in golf course management. I want to turn over to John. John's going to talk a little bit about the things that, some of the highlights from this year and some of the things that we anticipate and looking forward to next year.
Council.
Thanks, sir.
John Hammer, I'm the golf course manager, the director of golf. A couple highlights, everybody got the handout. One of the highlights of this year is that we continue our relationship with GolfNow. GolfNow is one of the leading online booking engines for golf. A lot of it's turning to people booking and shopping for rounds of golf online. The highlights of it is there's no out-of-pocket expense to the golf course. The way they get paid is we do trade times with them, so they are allowed to sell two tee times a day that they keep the revenue for, that we dictate what time and when, and that's basically a trade we have off with them. So there's no out-of-pocket expense, there's no marketing expenses out of us. The benefit of it is they're sponsored by the Golf Channel. Golf Channel owns them. They have tremendous coverage. Brigantine scroll across the bottom of the screen during the morning show on the morning drive on the Golf Channel and stuff like that. Stuff that we could never afford to pay for ourselves if it had to come directly out of our pocket. This year we installed a new point-of-sale system, 3-4 new computers, all the software, everything else that was all free of charge because of our partnership with them. So there is a lot of benefits. It's almost like you can't not be involved with the golf now and stuff like that. And this year, I was a little bit more aggressive with the pricing strategy for the downtimes and stuff like that than was in years past. In 2016, we did over 4,300 rounds and almost $134,000 in revenue from tee times booked through the golf engine, through Golf Now. Doesn't include an average of at least $3 in the golf shop spent per round, which would equate to probably another $13,000 there, plus whatever they spend on the food and beverage side. So it is a necessity, and I think we were a little bit more actively managing it. I sent out specials. In the end of the day, I think managing the days of the set it and forget it are done with managing a golf course. You have to aggressively get on top of it, depending on the weather, last minute emails. The area is a little tough, a little competitive for the rounds of golf that are out there. So doing this, it gives us a great engine. They have a tremendous database. I shoot a text to our representative. She builds an email within 30 or 40 minutes, sends out the special, and it reaches probably 25,000 people. So it's a good highlight of what we do with this program. Another thing we did this year was marketing and advertising. I started this process in probably March, was to get approved through the state that Brigantine and ACIA would be